Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our weekly Oracle and Tarot card reading. And this reading will be for the week of August the 9th through the 15th. And I'm using the Priestess of Light Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, the author, and Kimberly Weber, who is the illustrator. And I just received these cards last week. This is the first time I'm using them. I was drawn to this deck, so we're going to go with it today. You can use this as a pick a card reading, card 1, 2, or 3, or a blended reading with all 3 cards for the beginning, middle, and end of the week. Beginning of the week, I'll take a card from the top. Middle of the week, I'll take a card from the center. Oops. And the end of the week, I'm going to take a card from the bottom. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Well, if you picked card number 1 or the beginning of the week, we have power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. And this is telling us, well, let me first say that this is card 32 for those of you out there that follow numerology. And this card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. The snake can be venomous, okay? And as you can see, there's a snake here in the middle of the card. And it's tempting, whatever this is, or even, to the point of being strangling this snake. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and investigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what may be harmful or dishonoring you or even, consuming you. Because we want to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with things that are positive and for our highest good. But when we associate with toxic people and toxic situations, it lowers our vibration, and it's, it could be very consuming and exhausting to deal with that. So if someone is bringing you a toxic energy into your life, it may be necessary to let that person go. And if you can't let them go, say it's someone that you live with or work with or it's your boss, at least, reduce your exposure to that person. Don't spend as much time as you normally would. Kind of distance yourself. If a situation, seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, it's time to rethink your motivation for remaining in that situation. Okay, if it's a friendship, family relationship, a job, believe me, I was in a very toxic environment in my job, and it literally sucked the life out of me. I would go home so drained and so exhausted and so depleted that I just knew I had to leave there. I just had to get out of there. I mean, so many people are in these relationships and jobs and family relationships where it just drains you emotionally and, physically. And if you're feeling like a building resentment for a job, then this card's telling you maybe you need to look to find something else. And I'm not saying to quit your day job until you have something else, because we all need money to survive, but you may want to consider leaving a situation like that, because it could really be a soul crusher. I know for me it was. And, I felt like a huge brick was lifted from my chest when I was finally out of that environment. And also be mindful of all your own personal, habits and patterns. Consider the causes of your, exhaustion. You don't want to become the snake like on this card that eats its own tail, consuming its own life force and sabotaging itself. Yet always remember the indomitable strength of your inner spirit and true life force, represented here, by the swans, who, in spite of their gentle beauty, are very powerful creatures capable of, striking anything that attacks. So, you're stronger than you know. And you want to make sure that, maybe you set up boundaries with some people, and you have the power to, stand up for yourself. Okay, and to break free of any other limiting influences that are holding you down or holding you back. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. And you have the power at this time, this card is saying. So choose carefully, recognize who may be the snake in your life. And for the card number 2, for those of you that picked 2 or the middle of the week, it's card number 34, and it says loss, lack, fear, victimization. And that goes so well with these cards, because when you're around toxic, negative people, you start to feel, victimized by them, fearful of them. Like I said, they could be real soul crushers. And on this card, the woman stands alone in judgment of her life, and she focuses on her past losses and assumes there are more to come. But when you get into that negative frame of mind, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think negative thoughts, you're going to be bringing negative things towards you. It's going to lower your vibration. She has a fan of owl feathers, and she's trying to shield herself. See her feathers here? I don't know if it's very clear on the camera, but she's trying to shield herself from this. And, this is reminding us that, this lack consciousness, this lack mentality is just going to make you feel more of a victim, and it's going to make you look at the things you don't have when you should really be focusing on the things that you do have to be grateful for. The message of this card is clear. No matter what kind of loss you've experienced in the past, it's absolutely necessary to shift your focus now and to redefine your power. You're no longer the victim of a threatening world, frightened and unstable to direct your own destiny. In fact, since your consciousness creates your reality, this assumption only keeps your energy stuck. The owl encourages you to leave your victim mentality behind and to see the truth of, your courage and power. We have this wise owl here that's to the left of her. It looks like it's perched on her shoulder. I'm not sure. He's in the background. But, you have what it takes. And when you take action, okay, and view your life with, positivity and optimism and, honoring intentions, you become the director of your life. I mean, you create your life. We have more control over our life than we give ourselves credit for. You're not a victim, I always say. You're a survivor. So whatever bad happened to you, you're sitting here watching this video, right? It didn't take you down. You survived. So instead of saying, that you're a victim of this or a victim of that, say that I'm a survivor of this or a survivor of that, because those things are in the past. And if it's something going on in your life right now, you need to take charge and make changes to remove yourself from these situations. And this empowered approach may seem strange to a lot of you. And you may not fully trust yourself yet to make these decisions. But, this card's telling you that you can no longer live in darkness and isolation and fear. It's time to let go of your old patterns of people pleasing and, passive acceptance of others' agendas. Learn to say no. There's nothing wrong with that. And if the person, is a true friend, they'll understand. The only people that don't like the word no are the ones that want to take advantage of you. So remember that. Remind yourself, you're not here to please everybody. It's time to take your rightful place as a powerful presence in your world and create your reality. And then the last card is achievements. Okay? And it says effort plus intention. And isn't that so perfect? It's card number 49, and you're going to need to put some effort into things. Things don't just automatically, walk up to you and fall in your lap. Sometimes you get opportunities like that are unexpected, but the priestess of the white buffalo is, who this person is on this card. And she has a white buffalo standing behind her. Okay. And she's bringing a message of direction. Okay, she reveals that you'll achieve success if you align your conscious intentions with your drive and energy and focus on your goals. That's the primary thing, is to focus and, not get distracted. Some people have clear, specific intentions, yet their efforts fall short due to confusion, misdirection, laziness, and we've all been there. We've all lacked, the motivation to do things. and others put a lot of effort into their lives, but their intentions are unclear. So we need to blend both of them together. The message here is to bring the two of them together in a logical way. Understand your true intention and take responsibility for the effort you put into them every day. And it doesn't have to be anything major. Like I always say, even baby steps at the end of the week add up to something, at the end of the month, at the end of 6 months, at the end of the year. The bottom line is to take action, to put the wheels in motion is what this card is saying. Buffalo are methodical in their own movement, and they have humps on their shoulders, symbolic of the ability to carry heavy loads. This represents the systematic energy needed when attempting to bring your intentions to fruition. Abundant success is assured when you apply planned and patient effort to the intentions that truly resonate with your heart. But it's just getting up off that couch, okay, and motivating yourself. And I know it could be very, very hard. It could be. It takes a lot of dedication and determination. And since the white buffalo is so sacred and rare, this card brings a special message. It's time to raise your intentions and take your effort to a higher level. Bring prayer to your path, and you'll ignite the unlimited abundance that this beautiful creature signifies. Create a clear intention and put some effort into your goal. And again, no matter how small it is, okay, even if it's baby steps, just do it. What an amazing reading this week. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like it by giving it a thumbs up, share it, and above all, subscribe, because I will be back with more.